All right, we've got two big ICE stories dropping at the same time. This is actually kind of crazy. Okay, the first is that there's been a massive leak of 4,500 personnel that work for ICE and Border Patrol. Now, this is important because ICE is actually hiding who works for them, right? That is one of the reasons they wear masks, because these people do not want to be held accountable. Now, I really want to underscore this here. The important part is that it's normal to actually know who is working for your government. In fact, in New York, there's actually a public list of all the cops' names. We need to know who is working for our governments. And you know what? I also need to point out here that we got the ICE files before we got the Epstein files, right? Is it kind of crazy? And listen, I really want to underscore this. One of the reasons that this is happening now is that Trump is trying to distract from the Epstein files. Remember, we only got 1% of the data. Only 1% of the data in the Epstein files was legally released. Okay, and here's where it gets crazier. The Department of Justice is now investigating the widow of Renee Good. Okay? The widow of Renee Good. Yeah. That's right. They're not investigating the shooter. They're investigating the widow of Renee Good. Because that's what this administration does. They're bullies that abuse their positions of power. This is why checks and balances normally exist in government, so that this cannot happen. But we don't have those checks and balances anymore because our government is actively collapsing. And this is why the United States, at least for normal people, is such a dangerous place to live right now, because the system of checks and balances that we have had in the past no longer exist.